Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Guys with Cameras TV. My name is Mike Zahora.
I'm Ed Lau.
We've both been photographers for
Quite a long time, yeah.
A really long time, and we are gear nuts, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I love the sort of, not only do I like photography, but I like the science of photography as well, and the gear that goes along with it. Like, it's really interesting to find, like, unique lenses and cameras and just, you know, it's a fascinating field of stuff, right? So,
Well, exactly, and there's so much stuff that's coming out all the time for shooting video. You know, we're going to be getting into 4K cameras now, and Ed and I are really like interested in that end of it, so we're going to be covering a lot of that information.
Yep.
Right. You know, this episode we're going to be covering 3 announcements from 3 different manufacturers, from Sony, Olympus, and Fujifilm. So the first cameras we want to talk about are...
if we can call them cameras.
Can we call them cameras?
I don't know, because they don't work independently, do they? I mean,
Well, apparently they do. You can use them independently, but they don't have like an
okay.
LCD screen on.
So what you're looking at here is the Sony Cyber-shot DSC-QX10 and QX100, which are essentially, RX100 lenses, or... I know the QX100 is an RX100 lens and system, but it's attached to your smartphone.
It's attached to your smartphone. Now, the problem that I've got with these things is you need your smartphone to actually use as a viewfinder, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of weird if you want to do like a low angle shot, you're holding the thing
it's a
down,
little strange.
You're looking at your screen and you're trying to push the button.
Right.
You know, most cameras now already have NFC and Wi-Fi built into them, right? So, and it'll still communicate with your smartphone. So I guess the thing is, do we really need something like this when you can just take a regular camera, take a picture, connect to your phone, and upload it to YouTube, Facebook, wherever?
Now, I admire the convergence aspect of this, that they want to improve on the smartphone, but I think that smartphones are already really good cameras. Like, you look at the new iPhone camera, it's a really nice camera. Like, it's leaps and bounds above what we used to have on the first iPhone. And Nokia has their 41 megapixel monster.
I know.
I mean, it's a little silly, but but come on, it's a new thing. It's a new advancement in camera phones. But what I see in this is that, why would I carry that chunk around when it just makes my camera phone? It takes away one of the advantages of a camera phone, which is it's tiny, it's always with you, and now you get to carry around a giant chunk of glass.
I know, it's like a hockey puck.
Yeah,
That's the best way to describe it. I mean, if you have your phone and you got a camera, you can fit your phone in your back pocket, your camera in your front pocket. Mm-hmm. But one of these things, I don't think I've got a pocket that's going to work.
Me neither. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. Maybe. But that one I don't think would fit comfortably anywhere in my pants.
Exactly.
And it would just make it more difficult. I mean, if I were to carry that, I would rather carry a small compact, like one of the new APS-C sized fixed lens cameras, like the Sony RX100 even is a brilliant camera, and I think it would probably fit in my pocket better than that.
Exactly. Well, I mean, we've got the cameras here, so let's go through some of the specs on it, okay? The QX10 is going to retail for about $250, and the QX100 is going to retail for, get this, $500.
$500 is a lot for an attachment for your phone.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
You know, I understand paying good quality for a lens or whatever, but this, it's a little bit overkill. Now, I think that's pretty much all we can really say about these things.
I mean, we could be wrong. I mean, people have tried these, and there are positives to it. Like, it does improve your camera on your camera phone. I mean, it doesn't improve the camera on the camera phone. It gives your camera a different. Your phone a different camera.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm excited that Sony's thinking about stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know, that they're thinking a little bit outside the box.
Well,
although just because we're trashing this a little bit doesn't mean we're not excited for Sony products in the future.
Well, exactly. I mean, so Sony makes some great products. The whole NEX line, and we think is just fantastic. So Sony, if you're watching this, just because we don't like this,
we don't like this. It looks ridiculous.
Doesn't mean we don't like the other stuff. Okay?
Yeah, I think I would feel pretty conspicuous with this, like, on the streets as well.
Oh yeah, I can just imagine I got to take a picture.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me grab this.
And the fact that
this,
if you don't attach them, it looks even sillier, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Ed, do you want to start off on this?
I believe this is the new OM-D E-M1. E-M1, right?
E-M1, yes.
Which is the newest in Olympus's micro four thirds camera line. It's their pro size body, I believe. They're trying to make micro four thirds a little bit more attractive to pro photographers, and especially like working photographers that see micro four thirds as a fun second camera, but it won't replace their DSLRs at the moment. To be honest, when I found out about this, I was really excited about it because I saw the specs, and I really liked the OM-D, the whatever the other one was. I forget what it's called now.
That was the E-M5.
E-M5, right. The E-M5. That's an absolutely brilliant camera, but I was a little disappointed that they didn't go full frame.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go with the specs here for a little bit. So it's got 16.3 megapixel live MOS sensor, True Pic 7 image processor,
right?
Whatever
that is.
Fast dual phase and contrast detection AF. It's got an interactive.
It's got an EVF.
Interactive, I guess. You probably touch it. Right?
No, I think it's the ones that turn off and on when you put your eye to it.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
They call that interactive.
Interactive,
right.
Okay, yeah. And then they've got the touch screen LCD, 5-axis image stabilization, and built-in wireless. Again, like I said, all the cameras now are coming with built-in wireless. And here's the cool part: 10 frames per second.
Yeah.
And 1/8,000th of a second top shutter speed.
I mean, 10 frames per second is a lot.
That's insane.
I mean, it's a lot. I remember when I first started shooting sports, I was really excited when I bought a Canon 1D, and I could shoot at 8 frames per second, and it sounded like a machine gun already. I can only imagine. I mean, 10 frames per second, I think, is what the newest 1Ds have, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm sure this is great for a sports shooter, especially with micro four thirds being a 2 times crop factor as well.
Yeah.
So you get longer and longer lenses.
Exactly. So that's the Olympus OM-D E-M1.
Now I'd like to go back to what I said about full frame as well.
Okay.
Right?
What's that?
I'm excited about new micro four thirds cameras, but I feel like we've gotten to the top of where we can go with the sensor. Like the 16 megapixel micro four thirds sensor is about as good as it can be right now, I think.
Okay.
And I think that if you're, this is all well and good for certain pro photographers, but I would think that until you get to a full frame on a micro four thirds or a Sony Nex or whatever all the other systems are, then I think you're still going to find a lot of people hesitant to move to a mirrorless format, like me, for example.
I mean, for me, the way I look at it is, full frame is based on an old standard of film. Right, and film was, the SLRs were built around, what film can we put into these things, right? I don't think that micro four thirds standard is that big of an issue, right? It's smaller, but it allows you to get smaller cameras, smaller lenses. The quality is still excellent, right? So I don't know. I think micro four thirds does have a place.
It totally does. I'm just saying that I miss the depth of field when you're thinking about like micro four thirds, because you got to double the whatever the depth of field as well, right? You know what I mean? The numbers. Yeah, and it doesn't give you the same look. I notice the difference between my GH2 that we're shooting on here and my Mark III all the time. So it's a very different look to it, but I'm excited for what mirrorless cameras are becoming.
Okay, excellent. Now the next one, and this is the interesting one, the Fuji X-A1. Let me give you a quick rundown on the specs on this one. This one is also 16.3 megapixel. It's got the EXR processor 2. It's got a 3-inch LCD, full HD video.
Oh, this has Wi-Fi as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For an entry-level camera.
That's what I'm saying, is they're all coming out with Wi-Fi. Sorry, Sony, but...
People know that the Wi-Fi on these things is... Have you ever tried one?
I haven't yet. I've got the G6
right
now, and the next thing is I'm going to play around with it. We're doing a full review on the G6. And the whole idea is I'm going to get the Wi-Fi app, see how long that takes to set up.
I'm going to love to see when that happens because I've tried 2 Wi-Fi cameras so far.
Yeah.
The Canon 6D, and I have a GoPro. And in both cases, it's so laggy. There's so much lag between the shot and, between the camera and the phone that it's really difficult to take pictures with it because you're pressing the shutter and it goes off 4 seconds later.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So for sports photography, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But for general stuff, it works okay. And the X-A1 also comes with the new Fuji XC 16 to 50 millimeter f3.5 to 5.6 OIS lens. Right. Which, according to their release, is about a $400 lens retail. So pretty much you're getting a camera for like $200.
Right. Well, the one thing I have a problem with this, I'm a big fan of the current Fuji line. I think that they have the X100S is an amazing camera altogether, but the problem I have with this camera is that it has a regular APS-C sensor.
That's right.
And not the X-Trans sensor. So one of the biggest selling points of the current Fuji line is that it's got a very unique look to it. Like your images, they don't look quite digital. They have a little bit of a filmic quality to them. It's mostly in I don't remember how it does, but they rearranged the color pixels.
The sensors are not quite in the regular bare pattern. Yeah.
You can see we don't know our our science.
We like the technology, but we're not technology geeks.
Yeah, but it's a very cool sensor, and I'm kind of disappointed that in their entry level camera they don't have that.
Now, do you think they're going to put it in the updated camera,
after
a year down the road, they're going to put that sensor in?
I would expect the new X Pro, the upgrade to the X Pro 1, to have X-Trans sensor as well.
But what I'm saying is, since this is the entry level camera, maybe right now it's just too expensive for them to put that sensor in there. And then the next release of this camera might have it in there.
They just released the XM1, which is one tier higher than this. I think it's like $200 more.
Yeah.
And that has the X-Trans sensor.
Okay.
I don't see why they couldn't. What's the big difference, right? I don't think it's a $200 difference.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to see, yeah.
And the final thing that Fuji also announced, and these are the 2 lenses. So that's the 16 to 50 millimeter. That's the one that comes with the camera.
Standard kit lens.
Standard kit lens.
Yep.
And they've also come up with the 50 to 230 millimeter 4.5 to 6.7 lens. And again, they're both going to be around $399. Okay.
I think neither one of us has a Fuji camera at this moment, right?
We don't.
Okay.
Fuji, if you're watching, we would like to have a camera to test out. How's that?
Yep.
Okay. So this is the end of the episode. I'm Mike Zahora. You can reach me on Twitter at Michael Zahora, Zahora.
And I'm Ed Lau. You can find me on Twitter at Ed Lau.
Thanks for watching.